Good day everyone. You have learnt vectors. A vector is a directed line segment. You know how to find the magnitude of a vector, the direction ratios, the direction cosines. You have learnt about dot product, cross product, everything in that chapter. Now today we are starting a new chapter which is three-dimensional geometry. In this you will be dealing with lines and planes in space. Now lines in that part 1 we will see today. Okay. So here let me start with the equation of a line and proceed further. There are actually two types of equations. So first let us start with the first one. Okay. Vector equation of a line passing through a point whose position vector is a vector and parallel to a given vector b vector is. So two conditions. One is the line passes through a point. The position vector of that point is a vector. The line is parallel to another vector b vector. That is r vector is equal to a vector plus t b vector, where t is a scalar. Okay, you have to note down this formula. This is the first basic one. Now hereafter you will be studying every equation, whether it is line or plane, in vector form as well as in Cartesian form, because in some sums we will be using the vector form and that will be easier for us, and in some sums we will be using the Cartesian form, and I will teach you the conversion also. Okay. So now the first one is the vector equation of a line. What are all the things given here? One point is given and one parallel vector is given. Okay. Now Cartesian equation of a line passing through a point. Now the point will be as an ordered pair, right? So x1, y1, z1, and with a comma b comma c as direction ratios. That is, there it is parallel vector, here it is direction ratio. Actually both are same, because when two vectors are parallel, you know the direction ratios will be same or proportional. So now this is x minus x1 by a is equal to y minus y1 by b is equal to z minus z1 by c. This is the Cartesian form of the equation. This is also known as symmetric form. Okay. So now in this vector equation, this a vector represents the point. The b vector represents the parallel vector, or in that only you will find the direction ratios of the line. Okay. Here x1, y1, z1 represents the point through which the line passes. Here these a, b and c, they are called the direction ratios. So these two are basic formula which you must be very thorough. Write it in your notebook. Okay, and you should get them by heart. Actually it should be registered fully in your mind. So once you know this, now let me give you an example also, and I will explain what is the a vector and what is the b vector, what is x1, y1, z1 and what is that ABC. Then it will be more clear to you. Okay. Now one example of a vector form of an equation of a line I have taken. R vector is equal to 2i cap minus 4j cap plus k cap plus t into I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap. Here you can write t, you can write lambda, you can write s, whatever. But generally t and lambda are the most used scalars. Okay. Now here if you look at, this is the equation. Here you have to write this r vector, otherwise it will not be an equation, isn't it? So that is also important. R vector is equal to, the first one is actually a vector plus t into the second one is b vector. So you should actually compare it, because this is your general equation format, right? So here I told you the point whose position vector, that is a vector, is 2i cap minus 4j cap plus k cap. you know, any point we can express in the vector form as well as in Cartesian form, isn't it? Here I have written this in vector form 2i cap minus 4j cap plus k cap. If I want to say it in Cartesian form, I will say 2 comma minus 4 comma 1, that's all. Okay. Now, let me come to the b vector here. B vector is I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap. Now, this is the parallel vector, or I can say the direction ratios of the line are 1 comma 2 comma minus 3. It can be the same, it can be any proportional number also, but on simplifying we will be getting 1 comma 2 comma minus 3. So, once this equation is given, you know what is the point there and what are the drs. Okay. Now, you look at this one. This is the Cartesian form of an equation of a line. So, x minus 5 by 4 is equal to y plus 7 by 2 is equal to z plus 8 by 7. This is of the form, you know, x minus x1 by a is equal to y minus y1 by b is equal to z minus z1 by c. x1, y1, z1 is the point. But in the formula, you see there is a minus sign. So now let us write this as x minus, I will write this in the bracket, okay. Here y minus 7 by 2, then only you won't make any mistakes, by 7. Now you can see x minus, what is x1 now? 5. What is y1 now? Minus 7. Don't say it is plus 7, okay. Then what is z1? Minus 8. So I can write x1, y1, z1, that will be 5 comma minus 7 comma minus 8. Clear? Now, coming to the ABC, that is the drs, that is 4, 2 and 7. So I will write a comma b comma c is equal to 4 comma 2 comma 7. This represents the direction ratios of the line. So, whichever format it is given, you will be able to find out what is the point and what are the direction ratios. Hope this is clear to you. Okay? I am going to teach you 3 important basic concepts of lines. Then only it will be easy for you to do any sum concerned with lines. Okay. The first one is I will teach you how to convert a vector equation into Cartesian equation. Second one, how to convert a Cartesian equation of a line into vector equation. These two are first I am going to teach these two concepts, right? So now I have given one vector equation of a line, that is r vector is equal to 5i cap minus 2j cap minus k cap plus lambda into 3i cap plus 2j cap. This I want to be converted into Cartesian form, right? Then don't expect always all the ijk, all the 3 should be there. No need. There can be just one I cap or j cap or k cap or 2 or all the 3. That doesn't matter. Okay. Now, this is the vector equation. First, let me recognize what is what. That is, this one, this is my A vector. That is the point, isn't it? So, I will write that. This is the point. And that is the parallel vector. That is B vector is 3i cap plus 2j cap. Now, I am going to convert these two into Cartesian form. Okay. So, now this point, you know, that is the x1, y1, z1. So, I can write 5 comma minus 2 comma minus 1. That is the point. Okay. Then, this is the parallel vector. That means this represents the drs, direction ratios. So, I will write a comma b comma c will be 3 comma 2 comma 0, because there is no k cap there. If something is missing like I, j or k, you have to put a 0 in that place. So, this is 3 to 0. Now, you know what is the equation format of a Cartesian form? That will be x minus x1 by a, that is equal to y minus y1 by b, that is z minus z1 by c, right? Now, you know x1, y1, z1. You know ABC. So now we will write the Cartesian format. X minus 5 by 3, that is equal to, okay, y minus of minus 2. So that will become y plus 2 by 2. That is equal to z minus of minus 1. That will become z plus 1 by 0. This is the Cartesian equation corresponding to this vector equation. Do you understand? Now, let me tell you how to convert a Cartesian equation into vector form. Okay, that is the second thing you should know. Here, I told you the formula is actually that x minus x1 by a. So, let us write this properly. I can write it as x minus of minus 9 by 5. That is equal to y minus 1 by 4. Here it is z minus 0 by 3. Now I know my x1, y1, z1 is minus 9, 1 and 0. Okay. That is equal to minus 9, 1 and 0. This is my x1, y1, z1. And this drs, that is the a, b, c is equal to 5, 4, 3. Now I am going to write the vector format. You know this x1, y1, z1, the point is nothing but a vector. Now how can I write a vector? That will be minus 9 I cap plus j cap. Because it is 0, there won't be any k cap there. Then coming to this will be the b vector. So you will get 5 I cap plus 4 j cap plus 3 k cap. Now what is the formula? R vector is equal to a vector plus T b vector. This is the vector equation. So now let me write R vector is equal to a vector, that is minus 9i cap plus j cap, okay, plus T into b vector, that is 5i cap plus 4j cap plus 3k cap. This is the vector form. Have you all understood clearly how to convert a vector equation to a Cartesian equation and a Cartesian equation to a vector equation? Is it clear? Okay. Now I will move on to the third important point or the concept. Okay. The third point is standard form of a Cartesian equation of a line. What is standard form? We have x minus x1 by a is equal to y minus y1 by b is equal to z minus z1 by c, right? The coefficients of x, y and z should be only plus 1. That is called standard form. Only when it is in the standard form, you can convert it into a vector equation. You can find the direction ratios, you can find the direction cosines, and you can proceed with the sum. If the equation of a line is in Cartesian form, this is very, very important. Okay, so you should know how to convert a given equation. First you have to check whether it is in standard form. Otherwise you have to convert it into standard form. Sometimes x and y may be in standard form, z may not be, but there also you have to convert that part. Okay, so now I have taken 3 minus x by 4 is equal to 2y plus 7 by 3 is equal to 5z. Definitely you know it is not in standard form. Here the coefficient of x is minus 1. Here the coefficient of y is 2. The coefficient of z is 5. So all the three things x, y, z, they are not in standard form. So how to convert it, how to make it into standard form? Okay. First step, take the coefficient of x, y and z out. That is, here minus 1 is the coefficient, take that out. So you can write it as x minus 3 by 4. So now the coefficient of x is 1. Okay. Here you take 2 out, you will get y plus 7 by 2 by 3. So now the coefficient of y has become 1. Here it is 5 into z. By, that is nothing. Actually it is like by 1. Okay, yeah? This is the first step. The second step, whatever you have taken out, bring it down the numerator. That is, I can write this as x minus 3 by 4 by minus 1 or minus 4 by 1. That minus 1, no, I have brought here. For the next one, y plus 7 by 2 by 3 by 2. Here is z by 1 by 5. Let me write this properly. X minus 3 by minus 4, y plus 7 by 2 by 3 by 2 and z by 1 by 5. Now, this is the standard form now. Now, the coefficients of x, y and z are plus 1. Now only I will be able to find what is the point through which the line passes. What is the point? It is 3 comma minus 7 by 2 comma 0. What are the direction ratios? The direction ratios are minus 4, 3 by 2 and 1 by 5. So, unless you bring the equation to standard form, you won't be able to proceed at all. Even the next step you cannot go. So, remember, this is very, very important. They will not say whether it is standard form or not. So, you have to check whenever the equation is in Cartesian form, check whether it is in standard form. Otherwise, bring it to the standard form and then proceed with the sum. Hope you have understood the 3 basic concepts I have now explained. Now, let me explain to you 1 or 2 simple sums. Okay? Now, a simple sum. Find the vector equation of the line parallel to the vector 3i cap minus 2j cap plus 6k cap and passes through the point 1 comma minus 2 comma 3. Okay. First, when you read the sum, read it carefully. What is asked here? Vector equation. Okay. Then parallel to the vector and they have given one vector. That means you should know that is your B vector, right? Then it passes through the point 1 comma minus 2 comma 3. The point may be given in vector form. It may be given in Cartesian form. That doesn't matter. So from this we will be writing the A vector. So this part is A vector. This is B vector. You want to find the vector equation of the line. Okay. So now let us write A vector is equal to here I cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap. That is this point we are expressing as the vector form. Okay. Then parallel to the vector, that means B vector is 3i cap minus 2j cap plus 6k cap. Now let us write the equation. What is the equation in the vector form? R vector is equal to A vector plus TB vector. So you write now R vector is equal to I cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap plus T into 3i cap minus 2j cap plus 6k cap. This is the vector equation of the line. It is very simple, no? You have to substitute. But only thing is, check whether everything is in vector form, otherwise change it. They can give even this as a Cartesian coordinate, this as Cartesian, or both in vector like that. So if the vector equation is asked, you have to have the A vector and B vector in vector format, write the formula and then write the equation. Okay, is it clear? Now, let us see just one more sum. Find the Cartesian equation of the line which passes through the point whose position vector is 2i cap minus j cap plus 4k cap and is in the direction of the vector I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. This is the point and this is the parallel vector. Here they can give parallel vector or they can give is in the direction of the vector. Whatever it is, that represents the direction ratios. Okay. Now, here both the point and the parallel vector, they are in vector format, but they have asked you the Cartesian equation. So first let us write a vector is given as 2i cap minus j cap plus 4k cap. Immediately let me write x1, y1, z1 is equal to 2 comma minus 1 comma 4, right? Because I want the Cartesian equation. Then this is the parallel vector or in the direction of the vector. So that will be the b vector, that is I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap. That means the a, b, c, that will be equal to 1 comma 2 comma minus 1, right? So you know the point, you know the direction ratios. Now what is the equation in the Cartesian form? X minus x1 by a is equal to y minus y1 by b is equal to ez minus z1 by c, right? This is the Cartesian format. So now I can write x minus 2 by 1, that is equal to y minus of minus 1, so plus 1 by 2, that is equal to z minus 4 by minus 1. This represents the Cartesian equation of the line. So I hope you are clear how to find the vector equation and Cartesian equation of a line which passes through a point which is given either in the vector form or in the Cartesian form, and which is parallel to a vector or is in the direction of the vector. Is that clear to you? Okay. You learnt already two formulas, isn't it? That is vector equation of a straight line passing through one point and parallel to a given vector, and Cartesian equation of a line passing through one point and having direction ratios. Now, other two formulae, okay? That is vector equation of a line passing through 2 points whose position vectors are a vector and b vector. So, here you don't know the direction ratios, you know 2 points whose position vectors are a vector and b vector. That is, R vector is equal to a vector plus t into b vector minus a vector. Here t is a scalar. Actually here this part is a point. This will become the direction ratios. Separately both are points. But when you do b vector minus a vector, that becomes the direction ratios. Okay. Now the Cartesian equation of a line passing through 2 points x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 is x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1, that is equal to z minus z1 by z2 minus z1. Here if you just leave this, no, this looks like your 2-point form of a straight line you have studied in your coordinate geometry 11th standard. Remember? Okay. So these two are the equations now of a line passing through 2 points. So totally now you have got 4 formulae. These 4 formulae, write it in the notebook, and you should be very thorough in the 4 formulae, and you should know in which is a point and what are the drs in each equation. Here that x1, y1, z1 will be the point. This one, no, this will become the dr, just as that b vector minus a vector. Here this will become the direction ratios of the line. Okay. So write these formulae also in your notebook now. Just I will give you one example sum how to find the equation like this. Now look at this sum. Find the vector equation of the line joining the points whose position vectors are 2i cap minus j cap plus k cap and I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap. 2 points are given. So this is a vector, that is b vector. You want the vector equation. Also find the Cartesian equation. So they have asked you both the vector as well as the Cartesian. Okay. So now let us start. This is a vector that is equal to 2i cap minus j cap plus k cap, and b vector is equal to I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap. What is the equation of a line joining 2 points? That is r vector is equal to a vector plus t into b vector minus a vector, right? So now we will be getting a vector, that is 2i cap minus j cap plus k cap plus t into b vector, that is I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap minus a vector, that is 2i cap minus j cap plus k cap. Okay? You can simplify this, isn't it? Because it is subtraction. You know how to subtract I and j like that. You have to combine. So actually you will be getting r vector is equal to 2i cap minus j cap plus k cap plus t into, this is minus 2i, this is I, so you will be getting minus I cap. Here it is plus j, this is 2j, you will be getting plus 3j. This is minus 3k minus k, so it is minus 4k. So this is the vector equation. Now to find the Cartesian, you need not again write each one like that. You know how to convert, isn't it? So because this is the a vector, you know your x1, y1, z1, that will be 2 comma minus 1 comma 1, and this is nothing but b vector minus a vector. I told you that is like x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. So actually, you know, the denominator, that is the direction ratios you will get. So this is that part. So I can straight away write this as a comma b comma c, which represents really x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1 in this case. Okay. So that will be minus 1, 3 and minus 4. So we can write the Cartesian equation will be, the Cartesian equation, that will be x minus 2 by minus 1, that will be y plus 1 by 3, z minus 1 by minus 4, that's all. So once you find any one format, the next one you can use the conversion and you can write that equation. So hope you are clear with all these things. So what you have learnt today, let us just have a gist quickly. First you learnt vector equation of a line passing through one point and parallel to a given vector or in the direction of a given vector. Then you learned the formula for the corresponding Cartesian equation. Then you learnt vector equation of a point passing through 2 points, similarly Cartesian. These are the 4 formulas side. Then you learnt 3 important concepts. How to convert a vector equation to Cartesian, how to convert a Cartesian to vector. Then what is the third most important? How to convert the Cartesian equation into standard form. Then of course you have seen few example sums, simple sums, how to find the equation. Hope everything is clear to you. Thanks for watching the video. Share it with your friends and your classmates.